guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So today I'm going to be making some lovely little Suffolk Puffs or little yo-yos, whatever you like to call them. And I'm trying to make some to go, you know, in my stash, because obviously I'm doing a little bit of slow stitching at the moment, and I want some little, sort of like little embellishments to go on my little bits and pieces that I'm making, and I wanted them to look a bit more sort of vintage. So I've added some sort of like beads. I've got a little bit of like crystal on here as well. It's not sewn on there fabulously well, but I think they will look really, really pretty. This one's just got some little beads on. I used some cotton on this one, and then I did actually buy some, it's like beading thread, which is really, really nice, and I used it on this one, and you can feel that they're a lot stronger on there than my little beads sewn on with cotton. So I'm going to be using this now. It's a little tiny one that I got off Amazon. It's 55 yards or 50 meters, and it's really, really nice. I've also popped some little sequins on here as well. This is like a little diddy one, with a little bead on there, and this one's got some sequins and some beads and a little crystal on there. So really, really simple. You probably know how to do them, but I thought I'd just show you, and then I'll do a little bit of sewing as well, which I love. So the other thing I wanted to show you, the fabric that I got, I found this lovely thing. Well, it's like a little jumpsuit, but it's made of, it doesn't say what the material is, but it's sort of like a satiny material, and it's all sort of like crinkled, but it's like a jumpsuit. So look how much is there. It's huge, and it was a couple of euros. Now the bits that I've used on here, this is like the top. It's like a little top, and this is the where you put your arm, but it's been twisted. So all as I've done, I'm going to just cut this off and show you. I'm going to cut the other arm bit off, just down through here, like that, and then the other side, because you get an awful lot of fabric on here. Let's just cut this one off. It's, yeah, it's got like, it's like a little trouser suit, but it's just, look, there's just so much of it. And pop that over in the corner, and this is, put those over. Can you see it's been twisted to make the little shoulder bits, but as you untwist it, look, you've got all of this fabric like that. So that's just the arm bit, so that's huge. So you've got lots and lots of fabric there. This is still the piece that I've got left over from the other one, so I'm going to be using that for a long time, but I think it would make a beautiful journal cover, and it's so my colour. I just love it. So this is the fabric, and I've also, let me just give you a quick peek, I have just been colouring some bits of fabric as well. I got some tulle which I coloured, which was, I bought some and it was in like a baby pink, so I really wasn't happy with it. And I wasn't quite sure whether it would take the colour, but I did. And again, the only thing I'm using at the moment are the Liquitex acrylic ink. So I've just been using this, and it's coloured it really, really well. I wet it first and then coloured it, and it just takes the colour lovely. A little bit of cheesecloth I had. This is sort of like, it's supposed to be like a velvet, but it's I don't know what it is. But it's lovely, and that took some colour. That was in a sort of baby pink as well. There's a little blue bit there, a little bit of lace that I coloured, some seam binding, little bit of the velvet ribbon as well, which is lovely. So those are little bits, so I can make some nice more seam binding flowers in the evenings. So that's a little project for me to do. But these, I'm going to show you what I've done. I've got some netting, or I cut some out. I thought I'd make some out of some little netting ones as well. I made some little circles. Now this is from my punch, which is 1 3/4 inches or 4.5 centimeters, and that makes the little diddy ones like that. And this one is 3 inches, and the only thing what I did, I just got my little pot and I popped it on there, and I just cut round it. I just drew round it and cut round it, and it works out 3 inches or 8 centimeters. So use whatever you've got. Look, I've got this on here, so that would make it sort of in betweeny one as well. So just find what you've got and cut round it, and of course Amazon packaging, as we do. I've got enough of it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut out some more of these. Probably be easy if I ironed it, but I'm not really bothered if, how many do you reckon I'll get, if it's not pretty, you know, not round, if you know what I mean, because we're going to sort of like do the edges. I'm just going to fold that. Do you think that's going to, we want to sort of use the lighter on the edges so that we can, oh, not those ones, so it doesn't fray. So I'm just going to cut round here. Do it all awkwardly, aren't I? Let's go round. So again, you can just make a paper one and pin it on. Might be a little bit easier. But just cut round whatever you've got, like that. I'm not worried that they're not round. There we go. So I've got little circles like that. And then I've got this left over. Shall I just cut little pieces off? Let's just cut this down here, and then I can make some little long pieces. Let's see. So I don't like wasting anything, so I'm going to cut just that edgy bit off because I don't really need that. But then again, I could have probably put that on the edge of the flower. Oh, never mind, I'll do it on the other one. So I'm just going to cut these into little strips just to make some little flowers as well. Well, I'll do that later. I'm going to keep these to the side, but I think on this one, I think I'm going to keep that on there actually. Let's just, I don't want it too big, but I'll keep that piece, and then that can be sort of like the edge of the flower, which will be quite nice. And maybe I could sew some beads on there. Okay, let's just pop those to the side. I shall keep that, but I'll use all those little bits. Now these, I'm just going to take my lighter. Oh, is that round? Oh, it doesn't matter if it's not round. I'm going to just take my lighter and just go round the edges. Now do be careful. Just, you can do this with a candle as well, but just sort of like melt the little bits around the edge so they don't all fray. So you can do a sort of like a little bundle of these at a time. And then that's what I did with the other ones. I just put them, I made them all up and then, or cut them out, and then I sewed them when I was downstairs. So it's a nice thing because we've got so much rain at the moment, it's just ridiculous. So I'm hoping that it's going to clear up, and then I can sort of like sit in the garden and do it. Excuse me, I've still got my cough. I think it's sort of like hanging around for a little while. Okay, that will do for now. So I'm going to just do these ones. So simple, aren't they? Really, really simple. But I just love them. Now, let me just show you. I've got some beads here. I've got some little sequins. I've got some little green beans. Green beans? Green beads. Can you tell I'm hungry? Which I've got these little ones, and they've got little gold inner bits, if you know what I mean, which are really, really pretty. Where did that go? And then I've just got some little clear ones. So let's see, I've popped, no, I haven't, I've popped them on. I have threaded, should I say, 3 needles on there, so that I don't have to thread the needles. So again, I've just got like a little beading needle on there, and I'm going to pop those to the side. I'm just going to, I'm not worried about using the beading needle for the outside bit, but I'm just going to do a little straight stitch all the way around the outside of the little circle, like that. So yes, I've started sort of like adding the cotton, threading my needles so that I've got a few on the go, so that I can, you know, keep going, because it takes me ages to thread. But I was taught actually how to thread cotton onto a needle from my teacher when I was in primary school, and we had sewing lessons, so that just shows you how old I am. It was a little village school. Our school was right next to our house, because we lived in Cornwall, in a little place called Mabe, and my parents had a little farmhouse next door to the village school. So I didn't have far to walk to school in the morning, and my teacher, and we had a little sewing teacher, and she taught us how to do some sewing many moons ago now, but she taught us how to thread a needle, which I haven't forgotten. But this thread, which is absolutely lovely, this beading thread, is so much easier because it's a little bit more rigid, I think, so it's a lot easier to thread your needle. Okay, so super simple. Look at that, and that just pulls it in lovely. Now again, if you've got a material that does fray and it doesn't sort of mount, this is synthetic, so it does sort of mount, you could just sort of like take these and double it over like that and then sew. But I'm not really bothered like that too much, because I'm going to cover that up with beads anyway. So let's just make sure that doesn't come apart, stays together, and we've got our lovely little ready to go to put the beads on like that. So fabulous. So all I'm going to do, what should we do? Should we just pop some it's funny because I bought some of this is one that I got, and it's a beautiful crystal, and it's almost, look at that, it just matches that, fabulous. And this is what I picked up from the charity shop the other day. These I already had, but this I picked up, and it all matches really lovely, so I'm really pleased with that. So I'm just going to randomly take a couple of beads and then just pop them on here, just willy-nilly. I'm not really bothered about how they sort of go on there, but I popped a little bit of felt down, because my beads, I'm not very good at beads, they seem to go all over the place for me. I'm a bit clumsy, so I do tend to sort of like knock them and they go everywhere. I'm only going through the top. I don't want to go through the bottom bit, not yet anyway, because I'm not quite sure what I'm going to be doing with them. So if you take sort of like a couple of beads at a time, it's not so tedious. But I just want them to look a little bit more sort of vintagey, and not sort of like new, if you know what I mean. But I want them to look hand sewn as well. So, and we don't want them perfect. I wanted to sort of like make a little purse as well, or even something to put my glasses in, because I keep popping them in my bag and I don't have my glasses case. I always forget to put it back into my glasses case, but if I had a pretty one, I think that would be a nice excuse to keep using it, wouldn't it? So let's just, ouch, whoops. I am really loving sewing at the moment. I think it's because I've been quite poorly, and I think it's a sort of something that can sit and relax, and you don't really have to sort of think about it. If you know what I mean, you just go with it. Just go with the flow. And it's a really nice relaxing hobby, I think. I'm going to go back through a couple of these little beads just to hold these on. Pop these down. Hope I'm in the right place. Am I in the right place? Can you see what I'm doing? I don't know. I hope so. Oops. Just like that. But I just think these are going to be nice little selection of little things that I can pop onto my slow stitching. Little embellishments. So let's just go through there, through some of the beads, just to hold them down. But this wire, it's not wire, it's thread. It's really, really lovely. It's a really nice one to work with because it doesn't seem to tangle. Probably say that and it will, but at the moment it's not. I haven't found it tangles. But look, don't you think that looks really nice? Shall I try and put a bit of chain around there? Not the chain, like the beady, the crystal one. Which way should we go with this one? I'll just go like that. So just random little beads in there. Let's go back through some of these. Hold it down a little bit. Okay. That's doing okay. Right, shall I attempt to pop a little bit of that chain? Look at that. I just think that looks so pretty. I've got some of this. I think there was a little piece. There we go. Let's pop that over there. I'm not going to cut it off. I'm going to actually pop that on. I'm not worried if it's round or not in a proper circle. So all as I'm going to do, probably be better to go out, wouldn't it, than in. There we go. First bit's always the hardest, isn't it? To get that in. So all I want to do is go around and get these little bits caught in between the chain. No, I think I've got that actually caught. There we go. Pop that in. Oops. Can you see? Because it's with the chain, I'm just trying to go through each of the sort of like little links. Oh, I think I've caught it on there. Never mind. Never mind. I hope you can see what I'm doing. It's sort of, all the colours sort of blend in, don't they? So do apologise if you can't, but I'll do a nice big close-up at the end of the video. I do with a lot of my stuff anyway, so if you watch to the end of the videos you normally see a close-up of the work that I've done, because I know sometimes when you're working it's not easy to see if you get hands and everything in the way. Just think these are going to look so pretty. They were lovely on, you can get those little purse toppers, can't you, the little clip things, to make little purses and little bags. So I am tempted to have a go at that at some point. Just make something to make a little purse. I think they would look really, really pretty. Pop that in there. Over the top. We don't want you over the top. That's it. Very, very fiddly work. Look at that, but it does look pretty, doesn't it? Come up through over there. I'm not doing each one, just going through sort of like a few. every other sort of one. But once you've got it on there, you could probably go back if you find it's a little bit not, you feel it's not strong enough, you could probably go in. Talking to you like I know what I'm doing, but I don't. I'm just sort of making it up as I go along. Whoops, I'm going to just chop this little bit off. So we could go there, couldn't we? There we go. You're probably shouting at me, telling me different ways that I could probably do it. If you know what if you've done this before, you know what you're doing. But I have to, you know, learn, don't I? And I think the best way to do it is practice, or just giving it a go, isn't it? It's probably easier to do it like that. Let's go up through there. There we go, that's a bit better. Is that easier? It's a little bit easier. There we go. Pop that in there. Look at that. Now I'm going to go up through there. Look, I just think that looks so pretty. I don't want it to look perfect. I want it to look hand sewn and more sort of like a vintagey look to it. So let's just, I'm going to go through a couple of these beads like that, back down, just to sort of tie it off a little bit in there. Back down. I don't think we're going to unravel this one. Let's go right down through there. Pull that and then just snip that little bit of cotton off. Look at that. I just think that's gorgeous. Look, I've gone through there with the cotton, but I'm not really worried like that too much. It's not, it's going to be sewn down anyway. So that's that one, and that's that one. I might sew a few little green beans? I don't know why I keep saying that. Green beads on there. But love them. I absolutely love them. So let me just let's get another little longer one. I want to, should we make another one? Wonder if I could pop some netting over the top. What would that look like? That might be quite nice. Shall we give it a go? Let's take another needle. Like that. The cotton on. Shall we just give this a go? So that's going to be the outside, isn't it? So we want to go this way, really. So this is on the inside. Just have a little bit of, be quite nice actually with a little bit of the tulle on the outside. Little tulle flower. So again, I'm just gathering it up. It's quite a nice one to make in the evening, just a little sort of like a simple, oops, what have I done? Oh look, I've gone through that one, but I'm not really bothered because I can pull it. What have I done? Dear. I've gone through that. I'm going to start this one again because I'm going to end up with a big mess. Oops. Okay, let's just cut that off. And I was going so well, wasn't I? Let's just pull it from here. Sorry guys, I just made a bit of a mess on this one, haven't I? All tangled up. I thought it was going a bit too well. There we let's just tie this up if I can. I need to learn how to do the knots where they tie it around the needle. They wrap it around the needle. I tried, shall I give it a go? How do you do it? Wrap it around like this and pull it down. Oh, look at that! Oh, I did it! Oh, there we go. I think that's probably fluke. I probably won't be able to do that again. Oh, there we go. Shall we use this piece? This is what I was using, I think. Let's not get carried away. Right, let me just sew this. There we go. So there you go. That's sort of like what not to do. How are we doing for time? Not too bad, are we? There we go. Yeah, I think these little puffy things, I think they'll be quite nice on my work. I will start another little project, I think. I'm not quite sure whether to make a little purse or a little glasses case. I'm not 100% sure, but I will have a think, and then I will get the base bit done, and then because I'd like to put some of these on it, and I think with this beading thread I think it's going to be a little bit stronger than just using the cotton, because obviously if it's going to go in and out of my bag and stuff, because I only sort of like use a case really if I'm going to put them in my bag, because normally they're either on top of my head or on my face. So, oh God, have I done it again? Oh no, there we go. No, I haven't, that's good. Okay, let's just gather this one together. Oh, that's a bit of a funky one, isn't it? Oops. Oh, that's quite nice actually. Let's just give it a little wiggle round. This reminds me of something. I don't know what it is, but oh, it's quite nice, isn't it? Let's just pull that tight. Shall I pop some little sequins on this one instead of or beads and sequins maybe? Let's go this way. Tie that together. One more through there, I think. Okay, perfect. There we go. Okay, there we go. Perfect. So I'm going to take these little tiny little ones here, and I'm going to pop some of these little green ones on here. Let's take a couple of these out. Not that I'll need all of those, but these are lovely little sequins. Sort of lovely sort of rose gold colour, aren't they? See, I'm not good with sequins yet. But practice, it's practice, isn't it? Let's take one of these and one of these. Let's just randomly put them on. I'm really not bothered where they go. I just would like them on here. Let's go back up through that sequin, through our little bead, and then back down. Then I know that that's going to be on there nice and strong. Oops, there we go. Look at that. That's going to be cute. And then maybe I could actually pop some beads in between if we've got sort of like little gaps. Let's just pop that onto there. Back down through. And then back up again. Lovely. I do like, these are quite small sequins. I'm not actually quite sure what size they are, but they are really, really tiny, tiny. So this is a game of patience, actually, isn't it? This really does show how patient you can be to sit and sort of sew little sequins and stuff on. There we go, but I do absolutely love it. I'm loving doing it. I bought some other sequins as well, but I think they're a little bit too bright, I think. What I mean, I like these. This rose gold colour is beautiful. I think it works well with a sort of like vintagey theme. God, I hope I'm not moving around too much. Where should we have the other one? Over here. So I presume the bigger the sequins, the less you have to put on. I remember years and years ago when I was living in Cornwall, I went to a lovely sort of craft fair, which I must say I do miss, the sort of craft fairs that you have in the UK, because they are just amazing. And a lady had tiny little, they're very, very similar to this actually, but they weren't fabric, it was like a little bit of felt, and she had just sewn on little sequins. I think I still have some somewhere. I believe I do, so I will see if I can find them. But I've never really used them because I just loved them so much. I didn't want to put them on anything. I can remember them. I wish I bought some more. I really do, because I didn't buy very many. And I can see it now. I can see this stall, and she's got all these beautiful things made. I probably didn't appreciate it as much as I do now, if you know what I mean. When you see things, you know, you change, I think, as you sort of like get older on your way, things that you like. So but I will be making them myself, so I think that's a good thing, because it's made me sort of make them, isn't it? Oops, let's go back up if I can, through my sequin, through my little bead, so yes, I hope you grabbed your cup of coffee, because this is not really a, well, it is a making one, but it's more of a sort of watch me sew. I don't know whether I'm boring you or not, but this is what I fancy doing today, just making. We're doing the Friday freebie as well, which I need to do the video this afternoon for. So I will be doing that, which is a lovely one. You'll love this week's, I hope. Oops. Back up through there, back down. I'm not sure whether I went through the other one twice, I think it will be alright. Look at that. Now I'm going to just go through with a few little beads now. Pick up some beads. Maybe pop a few little clear ones in there. Should we have a little clear one here and there? Let's go over to that side. Actually, a few little pearls would be quite nice, wouldn't they? Didn't think about putting pearls in here. Pop that down. There we go. I think that's probably enough on there, isn't it? Just a nice little bunch of beads and sequins on there. Let me just pop a little knot there. And just go through. Oops. So yeah, don't forget to go and peek at charity shops or see what you can find, because all these little bits of fabric are just perfect, aren't they? Never know what you're going to find. I don't go for the style, I go for the fabric. I think the lady in our little charity shop knows me now. She said, "Oh, what are you going to be making this time?" But look at that, isn't that just so sweet? I just love them. So just netting, that's quite nice, isn't it? I like the one with just the netting. These ones, I won't show you how to make a little one because that would be too tedious to show you. I think these sizes is, you know, hard enough for you to follow, isn't it? But look at that. I hope I didn't move around too much, but I do love making little pieces like this. So I will carry on making these. So I've got a nice little selection. I'll find a little bit of different fabric as well. Maybe I will, what do you think? Should I make some of these ones? Do you think that would be quite nice out of this? I could try, couldn't I? It's supposed to be sort of velvet, but I'm not, I just don't really think it is velvet. It's a velvet style. It's sort of like a bit more, I don't know what it is, but it's nice. Maybe I will make another one of those, make a couple of those as well. So there we go, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. That's how I make them anyway. So I will be adding, I will be making some more. So I will be adding these to projects in the future. So I'm going to make a few more of these up and see how we go. So there we go, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a fantastic rest of the day. Please stay safe, take care, and I will see you soon. All right, guys, bye bye.